Y'all can recall Brandon Johnson after 6 months. It takes two aldermen to put it up, and signatures from the people. I think in every district, I think 50 signatures. Y'all can recall Brandon Johnson, but this is what I said in the podcast. You can't replace Brandon Johnson with another Democrat because you basically replace him with the same person. Y'all got rid of Lori Lightfoot, right? You say, oh, Lori Lightfoot. It's not a Lori Lightfoot problem. It's not even a Brandon Johnson problem. It's a Democrat policy problem. And sometimes you gotta do other things outside of Democrat. Now I know that just freaks you out. I know some of you just lose your mind. But if another candidate pops up from another party, even if they're Republican, and say, look, I'm in the sanctuary city status, and hey, they gotta go. They say we got too much issues in Chicago that we gotta deal with here for citizens. Then that's gonna be more so along the lines that black people can agree with. Because it's ridiculous. You're paying your rent now, but black people can't get their rent paid to save their life? Black owned Chicago, you should be at City Hall about this one. You should be at City Hall and demanding your check. Everybody can get a reparations and everything else but a black person. You should be telling Brandon Johnson, hey, I'm here for my $9,000 check too. I need my rent to be paid for 6 months. I need to look at the laws. Y'all
all right, y'all. Check that out. I just want y'all to hear that because in Chicago, I posted that on my Instagram, Kellen Cash. Thank y'all for, interacting with that the way you did. And I had also put in the social media handles of some of the aldermen, just picking. I'm not from there, so I don't know their politics. I just know that most politicians aren't looking out for us, the people, and I wanted to show that clip because a lot of folks were giving a lot of love. People were like, yeah, sounds good and gooder, one person, said. And, of course, you had people say, Chicago will never vote Republican. But I even love the comments because you guys know as an independent, people say, well, why don't we give the independents a try? And this is why you have to vote. Because, see, here on Diversified Game or anything that I do, I'm giving you game that you can use. There's no hype. There's no easy way of doing anything except just doing it. And so I want to lay this out for you. Vote for your independents, whoever they may be, because it's, you got to write somebody in if you're allowed. But just doing the same old thing is going to get you the same results. And that's what Brother Phil, who you guys, for those who know, that is somebody I've worked with for the past 8 years. Love working with him, humble spirit. And he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for the people. But I want to talk about the business side of this because your politicians are the reason why you have or what you don't have. And you have to understand that you just can't vote. You just can't participate when, they have a big event. Support the reform, but you have to keep these folks not just accountable, but you have to literally go to their meetings and call them out in droves. A lot of stuff that we would want to change could be changed if a lot of us came out. You saw January 6th. And I'm not saying, go harm anybody at all. But Brother Phil gave you guys the game to make the change. And a lot of people did not even know, I didn't know that. Now, we know in Chicago politics from my limited resource, because I tell you guys I'm a consultant, but I'm going to tell you what I don't know too. It seems like there's a game with the corruption in Chicago where the aldermen, don't have to make change. They could all work together so they can stay in office, which is interesting. They're all like mayors of their own district. But you too have to build a coalition. And if the GDs and Hoovers and different cities, Bloods and Crips can come together, the people got to come together. You got to come together with your neighbor to make a change. And that's what it's really about. When you sit on the sidelines, you're going to keep getting the scraps and no recognition. Folks who sit on the sideline don't get any credit for winning the game. Forget everybody gets a trophy. The winners, what do your stats look like? But you have to advocate for more transparency, and y'all are doing it in these comments. You're letting the people know there. Let the people know also in the voting booth and who runs. And don't think just because you don't have any money, you can't run. I know, and I've worked with people who, 1,000 signatures in some places can get them on a ballot. And then it's up to you to, get your tribe together. But we don't even pay attention to the negative comments in here because so much was positive. Because the people in Chicago know what they got. They got a beautiful city, and they want to see the best of it. Man, these are the times right now in these end times. If we're not working together, I don't know what we're doing. But the business side is the more money there are, the more entrepreneurs there are, more money I say in like government contracting, the more the little steps you go up make a big difference in 10 years. See, I don't just have people come on Diversified Game to boast or brag about how they made it or how much they made it. It's about to show you how people started, sustained, and succeeded in what they're doing. That's the whole purpose of Diversified Game. And if I don't do that, I don't even want to do a podcast. I don't have to talk. I can be quiet. I talk enough in my house. But it's to show you that if you want to get into movies, this is how someone got into movies. You want to get into music, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a personal trainer. I recently had a personal trainer who deals with folks who are on the spectrum. Now, how many people do you know dealing in that arena? See, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I don't want to come on here and tell you about Turo plays and Airbnb and get rich and make money in your sleep, when I know that most people will not get that. Most people won't be a hacker to the point where they can go get all the crypto they can when there's an error in Silk Road, and they can go chillax. That's a documentary if you guys check that out on little mini doc on YouTube. Beautifully done. I think it was done by MSNBC, but don't quote me. But I will tell you, if you want to go up those steps the legal way, the right way. Don't have to worry about American Greed or MSNBC or BBC or Interpol. And you want to learn about international stories, this is the type of platform because I'm bringing people from all over the world. I call it an African business podcast because I'm from Oakland. That's Oakland, California, after you see Black Panther. But I'm also, for those who follow, know I'm a dual citizen. No, I hold residency and working on getting even more residencies for me and my family. So if you really want to upgrade your game on something that matters in 10, 20, 30, 40 years and be able to have freedom, this is the type of channel and show that you watch. It's not for the get rich, get quick, hey, let's go to the same places everybody else is going on Spirit Airlines. Hopefully I'd never have to fly Spirit Airlines again. No disrespect. I know TK Kirtland, you like them in the big seat, and that's all good, but they're just not for me. That's not how I started, and, that's another story that I've told on Diversified Game. See, I'm not here to prostitute myself and just tell you guys everything about my life and how great it is. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the better. You dig? You see how I put that? Because there is no ugly in this. The ugly you turn to beautiful. Beauty and the beast. That's how you transform it, but it's all how you see it. And in Chicago, going back to that, it's how you see your politricians. If you think they're above you, then they're above you. But you can snatch them right out of office, and you can do it by working together. And, a brother from Texas told you, some of you, he pulled your coattails and let you know this is how you get them out. You got to pressure people. The same way you pressured people in another world, in another life, you can pressure people that same way. You just got to transfer that energy. But, you guys, this is Diversified Game. I'm your host, Kellen Cash Coleman. And I love if you would subscribe to this game, like this game, and share this game with somebody. It will change their life. Be blessed, y'all.
Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.